What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. I'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis and live discussion that we do every Monday to Friday. Now today is the last day of trading week and we see that there will be a weekly close coming after this day, and last day of trading week it's crucially important, as you know that today is where many traders will close positions and the market will become very volatile. And as a retail trader, it's good for us. We can find some good trading opportunity in this session, as well as if we find, and also we'll be discussing all of them. That let me know in the chat which one you are trading so that I can focus on this one first. And before I begin this session, make sure you give a big like, smash the like button, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. So with that said, let's begin today's analysis with as you can see, I was looking at gold chart before starting this session. We see that gold from the higher time frame perspective, what we can see that basically gold showing a significantly, as you have seen that after this yesterday's session on New York session, what we left is here, and this is where we left the New York session live streaming. And after this doji in this support on gold, we have seen that there is a significant movement to the upside. Now this is 4 hour, and we see that from this dynamic support respecting this trend line, this moving average gold has broken to the upside. Now at this point, what I think that guys, gold highly likely that this is the daily chart. As you can see, the market open with a weakless candle in this daily time frame, and what I think that gold highly likely that will rise up to this daily 20 EMA, and from this daily 20 EMA we might see that probably a rejection to the downside. Because if I look at the weekly on gold, we see that from the weekly perspective, gold is in a very important level of resistance zone. You can see that gold reached exactly at the level where there is a previous weekly high. Okay, this is the previous weekly high at 1847.5, and we saw that the price almost reached at 1844.72, and from here we see primarily it is trying to come down. And what I think that if I look at the daily, we see that exactly where this weekly high, this current weekly high, is where we see daily 20 EMA, and I think that later today we might see a bit push to the upside, testing this daily 20 EMA. In case the price is reaching at 1844.7 is a very good area for potential selling opportunity, and I think that this market highly likely that will reach that zone. Okay, probably will create a lower high with that, and then we might see that gold is again reversing back. As you can see that from the daily, though it is we have seen an impulse, but long term in the zone we see that this market is still it is in a still bearish trend. And this movement, what I think that you can see, this is against the trend. This is the daily channel, and the price has broken to the upside on gold, and after testing this 20 EMA, I think that gold will have a bounce to the downside. So for the time being, if I look at the current situation, we see that we have seen from this doji zone there is a movement to the upside. The price reached a level where if I look at the even for the lower time frame on the 1 hour, we see there is a structure has been created on the 1 hour time frame, and we saw that you see there is a gap opening here on the 1 hour chart, and with that gap opening, the price now consolidating in this level. What I'll be really happy to see that gold has another break to the upside, tested this 20 EMA on the daily, and then to have a strong rejection at least to this level of support, so that will be a good place for potential selling opportunity. And I will not be interested to buy at the moment, because as you can see Again, if you go back to the daily, we see gold in a zone where there is a lot of seller. So this long wick basically represents that there is a seller in this market, and we saw that on the daily perspective this price is creating series of lower high in this level. So we could potentially see that basically gold might finally coming back down a lot. Okay, so we'll look at one by one. Thank you for joining this live session, guys. And Nasir, thank you very much. Rafi, GBP AUD, yeah, absolutely, look at it. Eunice, good morning. Eunice, thank you very much. Good morning, coach. Thank you. Good morning from in. Thank you very much. Good morning, sir. XRP price long term. Yep. Mustafa, we'll look at it today, sure. Good morning, sir. Please check gold in 30 minutes and 1 hour. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I will be looking more, guys. It's an ongoing process. We will jump on this pair back and forth, because the more you will look at, the better. And this is what I do normally, before taking a trade, analyzing a lot. It's a perfect trading psychology. I think that it's very important that every traders develop that kind of trading psychology. Is that it's not only about what I can say, that it's not only about trading. It's all about patience. This is happening, in fact, in an opposite manner. You'll see that in many traders, they normally look at less, trade more, but the other way around, always trade less, discuss more. Because in the first look you might think that, okay, this market has a head and shoulder here, a double top, probably I'm gonna sell. And then you look at multi-time frame and you see that, okay, I see that double top, I'm thinking selling, but this double top is just starting up a monthly support. In a monthly support means we might see a bounce from here, and that's how it is. So you need to look at many aspects so that you find the right trading decision. Good morning, coach. How are you today? I'm good, very good, thank you very much. AUD, USD, absolutely. Greeting from Tokyo, thank you. Gold are going down today or not? Gold might go down today, that's what I'm thinking, but I think that gold first will go to 1844, and then we might see that gold is coming down. Good morning, dollar yen, please. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, I'm long on GJ. Yeah, absolutely, look at it. Hi, Kanath. Hello, coach from Chicago. I hope you have a profitable day. Absolutely, thank you very much. Matsu, good morning. Pinaring, South Africa, thank you. Good morning, sir. How are you? I'm good, thank you very much. Good morning from Qatar, thank you. Hello, thank you very much. So we looked at gold, and we'll jump back again. In the meantime, let me look at other pairs that giving trading. Looking at the euro dollar. Now euro dollar, let me look at first of all bigger picture. Now monthly perspective on euro dollar. Okay, what I see that basically euro dollar, we saw that there is a monthly close, which is in fact a big long bearish candle. And after closing this monthly candle, we saw that basically euro dollar initially has a bounce to the upside. Okay, but what I think that if you look at the weekly, the price, you can see that this is what yesterday I mentioned, that the price has come to the support on the weekly and then has a bounce. At the same time, euro dollar, you can see that from this resistance level, there is a long wick candle has been created. So what I think that on euro dollar is, I think this week the price might still remain a little bit of bullish, and next week we might see that euro dollar again going up, probably breaking this some part of this and then coming down again. So euro dollar is a long-term bearish, but short-term we might see some movement to the upside. If I look at daily, Now this is the daily chart on euro dollar. We saw that basically there is a movement to the upside on euro dollar with this. First of all, it has come to this zone with daily impulse and has gone up. What I think that euro dollar, highly likely this price will go ahead again to test this 20 EMA. Okay, it might create a long wick candle here, so you might see today some bullish momentum on euro dollar. Especially I think that this might go to this around 20 EM on the daily, this resistance level. Okay, or it might create a lower high with this long wick candle, and we might see today, let's say today, a long wick candle, and then we might see a drop in the new trading week. This is a probability. So basically what I think that euro dollar today is to go up and then later come back down to close as a daily long wick candle, and probably you'll see the new trading week again a rejection. So with that said, let me look at the 4-hour or lower time frame. Now in this lower time frame, okay, there is something that we need to pay attention here, is that basically what I see that, guys, euro dollar, this is what I was telling, that you can see that euro dollar basically has created, there is a reversal here. You can see that, okay, there's a, if you look at the 1-hour chart, you'll see a double top formation here. Okay, so with that double top, euro dollar has broken down, has gone up again for a retracement, and what I think that we might see still some bullish move on this instrument to test this support here as a resistance, and we might see a clean head and shoulder with this liquidity gap, and then we could see that euro dollar in fact has a bigger drop. So for me, okay, it's a very high probability that euro dollar might do that way. On the other hand, if we say, let's say, a big bearish candle here, that's a different story. If we see a big bearish candle on euro dollar, probably we might be selling from here. But I think that if we look at this monthly, we could still see a little push to the upside on euro dollar. The reason is, you can see on the monthly there is a series of higher low. Okay, and we saw that basically this market on the monthly, this impulse, and then with that impulse the price was creating series of higher low along the zone, and with that series of higher low, you see that from the weekly, you see there is a one liquidity gap here on the weekly on euro dollar, and there's one here. So every time the bulls pushing that price high, the seller creating a lower high in this zone. So if I look at daily, okay, so basically now euro dollar at 1.0607, so around 40 pip up or 60 pip up, these two zone could be very crucial for euro dollar for a potential selling opportunity. Especially 1.0646 will be a good area for a potential sell trading opportunity on this one, because what I think that this market need a retest of this level. If you look at 1 hour, you'll see that there is a clean reversal pattern here. Okay, and the price has broken down from this reversal pattern, has not been tested. So if the price reach there, testing this support as resistance will be a very good area to this level for potential selling. So yeah, I'll be waiting for euro dollar to push up a little bit. Okay, even you can see 1 hour 10 minutes later this candle is closing, and we could see that this one is closing as a doji, and then we might see a bullish move to the upside. Okay, and then we could see that euro dollar in fact coming for a long-term merging with the long-term trend. And we saw that this move on euro dollar is basically this is in fact a liquidity grab, which is very common, and this is what we need. In fact, liquidity grab is a crucial part of trading, that the price grab liquidity, for a bigger move. So when the price grab liquidity like that, especially on the monthly close, we see that price grab liquidity. And when the price grab liquidity is basically this is where long-term price the price moves for the longer term. So we could see that basically euro dollar from this zone. I think that because if you closely look at, you'll see that the price is still creating a higher low, so we might see a little push to the upside, okay, and then from this zone we could see a drop, okay. And I think that with that drop we might see euro dollar is coming for long-term change, long-term downtrend, because overall picture on euro dollar is bearish. Now historically this market, you can see it's a bearish market, and we saw that over the long-term monthly, you can see with this double top, in 2021 we saw that the price created this double top, and with the double top euro dollar fall back to this level and then came to this deep, has broken the market structure, and now the price is slowly creating bearish price action. So euro dollar long term bearish, but for short term I will be keep euro dollar in my list in the number one, because if it reach this zone, that could be a very important level that we can look for potential selling opportunity today. Okay, so hopefully you understood that how it might do. Okay guys, good morning everyone. Thank you. Good morning coach Felix, thank you very much. Going to 1.07 I don't think that it will go to 1.07 euro dollar. I think that this market is preparing for a drop. Let's analyze gold. Yeah, looking back to gold again, so like the euro dollar, you see that they normally follow each other. You'll see that euro dollar, gold, they almost follow the same kind of pattern. Now with gold, if I look at monthly, we have seen that basically from if I do a full multi-time frame analysis on gold, what I see that gold basically, guys, this is the monthly impulse on gold, a big impulse on the monthly, and with that monthly impulse gold has dropped, okay. The previous months was a strong bearish pressure on gold, and with that monthly close, what we have seen that gold has come to this monthly level of support. Now this monthly support is very, very important, okay, because firstly there is a weekless candle with a gap opening, and we have seen that basically gold just closed above this monthly support. Now closing above this monthly support is a crucial important factor to look at for this bullish move. And as soon as the market opened on gold, we saw that from this level there is a bounce to the upside, okay. So with that bounce, now we see that from the weekly, gold from this support has a rejection to the upside. Now where we can see which way the market is likely to be heading, what I think that, guys, highly likely that you can see that this is the daily chart on gold. Now this daily chart is very, very important, because I normally look at daily chart with highest importance. And with this basically the bounce on gold from this support, okay, from this monthly support, what I think that if you closely look at this daily chart on gold, okay, the long wick, so what this long wick represents, see, this is how there is always, keep in mind that there is always some activities happening on the other side of the market. Okay, there is always some activities happening. There is always a transaction between buyers and sellers in the market. Now this long week will tell you a story what's happening in this zone. Okay, because you can't when you are, let's say, buying or selling in the market, you can't interact with the buyers, right? You can't interact with the buyers or sellers. It's always virtual. But the candlestick pattern, some trader even imagine this candlestick pattern as a human. So let's say you are in a marketplace and this candlestick represents the human for you, so that you understand how the market is moving. So you see this candlestick, basically what they are telling, that whenever the buyers push this price here, the sellers sold, and next time from this level the buyers push that price high and the sellers sold. Now what is the difference between these and these is that whenever the price is approaching this level, okay, there is an increasing interest from the sellers to sell this market. Okay, increasing interest, keep in mind. Now when this price bounce from this here with a big bounce, you have seen that in the live session we discussed it, and we saw that again the sellers sell from here, and that represents that again lower high. So what this lower high mean, that whenever the price is approaching this level, next time the buyers are not strong enough to break the previous levels high. So that's the sign that there is always an increasing interest from seller. Okay, and this is a daily chart. Now there is a dynamic resistance coming up. This blue line is quite important, and you can see that this blue line basically slowly coming down below this level on the daily. Okay, now what I think that gold is going to do, you can see today gold open with a wickless candle. What I think that gold is going to do, at some point gold is likely to hit that 20 EMA. Okay, either will break this daily high or is still remaining a lower high after testing this 20 EMA, or just a little bit below from this 20 EMA. But I think that gold will drop. Okay, and that is where I'll keenly wait for a potential selling opportunity on gold. So this is a one plan, okay, for selling on gold. Now if I look at the 4 hour, we see that basically we see this bullish move. Let the price spike to the upside, hit that level, and then we'll look at lower time frame when the price will hit that level on the 5 minutes, and then we'll be selling this market from there. Okay, so if you wanna trade those, all of them in our private paid Telegram channel, there is a link in the description. You can visit the website, you can join us to learn our strategies and also trade with us. So also I will put a link, website link in the live chat. You can visit the website to join us to learn our strategies and also trade with us. So this is the gold analysis. Okay, so let's go back to the other instrument. Before I jump onto other instrument, let me know guys which one you are interested on, so that I can look at more. In the meantime, guys and girls, give a big thumbs up please. When you like the stream, it really helps for the YouTube algorithm to show to more people. So when you like and subscribe, it really helps, and your just fingertips, you are actually putting a big effort to help the Forex Trading Wizard Academy, and I really appreciate your support to the channel. So I'll pause for 2 seconds so that you can do that, and then I'll jump onto the other pairs to look at. Thank you very much. Awesome. GJ. Okay, we'll look at GJ now. So I had a question why Forex London and NOI session. Look at it. Thank you. Okay, so I had a question why for live non-London and New York session is basically it's just a generic because just to minimize the timing I normally had one title because basically it's also a preparation for New York session as well because what we are talking about here will also have an impact in New York session. So this is why it written that way. Good day, coach. Place US30. Thank you very much. We'll look at it. Dollar yen. Thanks for gold analysis, coach. Not joke. Thank you very much. So we'll look at it. Let me look at now US30, dollar yen, and GJ. These are the three pairs that one by one I'll look at. So first we'll look at US30 and then GJ and then dollar yen. Thank you. So let's look at US30. Okay. So US30, guys and girls, this is what exactly I mentioned previously. Probably you have heard of that in this live session that US30 might consolidate in this and then break to the upside. So US30 did that. We saw that some short-term breakout. Let me look at daily first. Okay, so daily there is a middleman on US30. Okay, and like that I said that gold is likely to have some bounce. I think that euro dollar might have some bounce initially. What I think that US30 also is, this is the daily chart as you can see, and from this daily support previous day we have seen this this bounce here on US30. Okay, there's a bounce and then there is another bounce. Okay, so back to back two bounce, and we saw that there's a middleman on the daily. Now middleman is my favorite candlestick pattern. Let me know if you are not sure about middleman. I'll put some more clear content about middleman, about definition. We already have a couple of videos free on YouTube channel. Also we have a specific premium strategy relating to middleman because it's a very high probability. You can see that on the daily also you can see this is a middleman and that worked out very well. So on US30 it's formed a middleman. Now as I mentioned, that's why that if you want to learn more about the middleman in the YouTube channel, there's free content available. Just subscribe, press that bell button, and I recommend you to go to the playlist and look at that videos as well. And the one that the premium strategy that you have, you also can access if you want to be a part of this community. So with that said, we saw that daily perspective basically US30 has formed this middleman, and though it is a downtrend, you can see that the price is creating series of lower high, and at the same time it is weekend. What I think that US30 will have a bounce. Okay, the reason is, let me look at the monthly. All right, we see that from the monthly US30, you can see that from this monthly support there is a bounce. Okay, and with that bounce, what I think that highly likely that US30 will revisit that level here. Okay, so there is a support here which term resistance on US30. So with that said, from the daily perspective, what I think that US30, you can see this same level is aligning with this daily 20 EMA. And also if you closely look at, there is a dynamic support here. Okay, with this trend line. So this is daily chart again. You can see US30 form this pattern here, right? So there is a consolidation, okay, and form a support here. Okay, so always keep in mind, sometimes we always think that okay, a support should be maybe a level, a line. It doesn't have to be. A support can be many shape. a moving average can be a support or resistance, and it's in fact a very good support and resistance, moving average, dynamic support and resistance. So you can see this sharp line is acting here as a support, and you can see that from that level, whenever the price is coming bouncing, whenever coming bouncing, so this is a demand zone with this big red candle has broken that demand zone. Now this same demand zone is acting here as a supply zone with this aligning with this daily 20 EMA, and because there is a middleman and the price has bounced from this level, what I think that US30 is likely to go ahead and test this level. Okay, probably you'll see a big green candle like that, you know, with a long wick testing this 20 EMA, and maybe you'll see next week again US30 is coming back down like that. So with that said, let's look at now, we have done analysis that short term we could see a rise up on US30. Let me delete all of them. Let me redraw this level here. Okay, so if I look at now from the lower time frame, okay, so now from lower time frame perspective, a couple of scenario we can consider. If we want to go long on US30, what we need is, you see this neckline, there was a reversal here on US30, nice looking inverted head and shoulder or a triple bottom, anything you can say. So with that reversal, with this impulse has broken out. Now what you can expect, the price to come back down, test this previous resistance here, turning support, along with this crossover of 20 and 10 EMA to give us any kind of long wick candle. For short term we can buy US30 for this level. Okay, so this is the plan for short term buying, as I think that the price is likely to visit. But on the other hand, let's say the price didn't test this resistance as a support, that I will not be interested, because any point you'll see this one is coming back down again. In that case, let's say without testing this, the price has gone there and has given a rejection from daily 20 EMA, then we will be selling. Okay, so this is the situation with US30 for us. Gold analysis, because thank you very much. I saw Gbpusd, absolutely. GJ coach, thank you. Okay, let's look at Gbpusd. Okay, so this is the line that I have, you know, yesterday's live session I have drawn, and Gbpusd, you can see respecting the support. Now what did they say? That Gbpusd is likely to be bullish, because I think it's preparing for a move now. If I look at monthly, firstly, let me tell you, let's do a full analysis. Now Gbpusd on the monthly has formed also a middleman, but at the same time there is another thing that we need to look at, is that, see, this is why a lot of time needed for analysis actually to understand the market movement. You can see this is the resistance. Okay, Gbpusd, you can see with this long wick candle, in fact it is respecting this resistance here. Okay, so you saw that there is a dynamic resistance is being respected, and this is, you know, there is a head penetrating this resistance. So if that's the case, we might see some, you know, bounce from this resistance. But for the time being, if we keep, let me delete this and redraw again. So this is the monthly chart, just reminding you, and if we keep this level like that, then we can see now, in fact, you know, on the lower time frame where we can look for the trading opportunity. And what I think that this month even the price could remain in between this support and resistance. And you can see this is a narrower doji, this is the resistance zone here, which is turning support here, and also this is the resistance. So this zone is where we can find potential buying and selling opportunity, or in between. Now looking at weekly, now you can see that this is the weekly doji, okay, and this is the last day of trading week. It's quite significant and interesting candlestick. Now what I think that there is one very high probability to happen is that, let's say if this one is closing like that, now this, the level that we have drawn is from the monthly point of view. So monthly point of view may not be applied with the weekly point of view, right? Monthly means the long-term situation with this. So this is the boundary that we can expect for in this month, probably a possibility. So now the price is here, right? What I think that now we could see some bullish move, and then at some point probably next week we might see a bounce drop back to this level and then going up. So this is a long-term view. Now looking at daily, okay, we saw that basically GJ on the daily. Now looking at this price action, you can see this is a daily impulse. Okay, now with this daily impulse, now from this monthly resistance, okay, we saw that there's a strong rejection from daily. Okay, that rejection signals that there is a potential big seller in this level. So what I think that now GJ might come to this level where there is a daily 20 EMA and then could go bullish. So for the time being we see some sideways movement. So looking at 4 hour, okay, now it is giving you a big wide range. See, when we look at the monthly, it was a small. Now you can see the big wide range. Now for me, now the most important part to ask a question is either GJ is coming down to the support first to go there, or it is first going to the resistance to come back down here. Okay, because it's exactly in the middle, right? It will determine from the price action. Okay, it will entirely determine from the price action that how GJ might do. But I think that currently this market might be moving in a narrow range. So in case the price is breaking out of this resistance level, okay, showing bullish price action, we might be able to go long. Okay, but in this time frame, in this 4 hour, is bias is still bullish. You can see every time the price is creating series of high and low. Okay, so any kind of false breakout down also will give us potential buying opportunity. So if I, you know, that this market is still not, you know, not a very good place now to open a position, but you know, if someone, you know, tell that you have to buy, you have to open a position, then I would say that buy. Okay, so GBP/JPY, the bias is bullish. There's a gap in DXY 4 hour, please. What is your analysis? And thank you for your study. Yep. So gap in DXY, let me look at it, guys. In the meantime, let me know where you are, because I want to know more about your location. This really helps me to understand where you are from, and also helps me to, you know, organize timing and everything, because the more I will know my subscriber and audience, more it will really help me to understand what time is suitable for you, so that I can be in that time and post content. So let me know your timing, where you are, you know, like where you are and what's your current local time. Really helps. Thank you very much. And that's how we can know more each other. Okay, DXY gap that you are saying, looking at monthly, so this is the weekly candle on DXY. I'm not saying that DXY is a gap. So DXY, basically what we see that it is facing this resistance. This is a monthly resistance, but this resistance slowly coming a bit smaller and smaller, and we might see, you know, a break. But before breaking, we might see that, you know, to break this kind of resistance, because you can see the price was creating series of lower high, it needs a bit stronger liquidity. Okay, and with that said, okay, looking at weekly perspective, DXY, let me look at weekly. We saw that in this level there is a lower high has been created, but at the same time there was a big impulse on the weekly on DXY, and this week we saw that primarily, you know, a retracement, and the price is pushing high. Now if I look at the overall, you know, picture on DXY, I'll say that it is still bullish. You know why? Because the clear reason for being bullish on DXY is, you can see from the price action. Okay, price action is a very crucial part of trading. You can see that there's a big impulse, and then every time the price was creating big long wick candle. Now we saw that on the weekly, this is, you know, a big bull market. On the weekly perspective, the price was creating a stronger bullish candle. Now this week, what we have seen that so far the price has come down to this, you see there is a trend line here, and so far it's still not weekly close, but looks like that this market might create a long wick candle. Okay, now let's say, which is highly likely to happen, this weekly close probably might go up a little bit here, closing as a narrow doji. So what does that mean is that whenever buyers coming in this market, they're very strong, they're, you know, buying. Whenever seller coming in this market, again, when the sellers pushing that price down, the buyers is buying this market to creating this long wick. So that means that this market is a bull market, and we might see further pushing to the upside. So this is how, you know, you can read the story behind a candlestick pattern, that when you see a market, you know, it's a visual representation of the buyers and sellers activities in the market. Understanding this will really help you to, you know, make your trading decision, and this is how normally, you know, it's easy to understand. So looking at daily, now we saw that on DXY there's a consolidation here. Okay, and with that consolidation as well, we see that the buyers still stronger in this market. So the previous day we saw that there's weakless candle from the support, and the price is respecting this 20 EMA. And what I think that if I look at the 4-hour, we see that this market after this double top has broken down and then double bottom. So the price was basically, it's creating an impulse and correction here, and now this 4-hour time frame, what is likely to happen? We saw that there is a double bottom in this level on DXY, and with the double bottom, the price created a neckline here, okay. So this is the previous resistance here, turning support here, and from this support we could see that DXY is going up again. So for me, I know that there is a gap opening that we are talking about, but I think that this gap opening will bring the price just to this level, to this 20 EMA zone or below this level, and then we will see again bullish move. So this is basically exactly the same mirror that we have drawn for euro dollar. Okay, the reason is, you see that on DXY this move down is basically, for me, it's a liquidity grab, and from that liquidity grab, this is support. See that two trend line, and I think that the price will drop. First we'll test this support, resistance and support, and then we will see that this market is pushing high from here. I thank you. Please check GBP USD. Yeah, we'll look at it. Salim, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Rose, Kenya. Thank you very much, Rose. Good morning. Good day all. Thank you very much. Dollar yen analysis. Dow Jones US30. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, so what are the pairs? So we looked at gold, now DXY. So looking at gold, okay, gold in the similar way that what we are expecting, that DXY to initially to drop. So gold in that case initially to rise and then to drop. So in the same way as DXY, just mirror. So DXY, we are expecting the price to drop to this support and then to go up. And with the gold, what we could see that basically the price to, you know, break down to this level, initially to go up to this resistance, and from here to break to this level. That's what we are expecting, because this is the level where there is a daily 20 EMA. So we started with gold. Let me repeat that analysis again. Shashilesh can get this indicator. Yeah, absolutely. So Shilesh, the indicator that we have, yeah, it's available. It's an invite only indicator. Now, you know, only the indicator may not give you any value, because it's basically, it's not only an indicator, it's our TF or trend following strategy translated into a Pine script. So if you go to the trade that we have opened on gold previously, so you can use it in trading view, but to access that indicator, first you need to learn the rules of the strategies, and it's available in our website in a video format, everything delivered. And if you want to access that, you can, there is a link in the description area. You can visit the website, and I'll invite you to join the lifetime access, where you will be able to access the indicator from your student dashboard. So link in the description, you can go there and check it out. So looking at, you know, that gold we started, let me repeat that analysis, because gold today is very, very important as the market is reaching that resistance zone. If I look at the monthly, we see that from the monthly perspective, the previous months, this is a long bearish candle. Okay, now this long bearish candle on the monthly has closed just above this monthly gap level, and closing above this gap level, what we have seen that basically this long bearish candle has caused a false breakout on the monthly perspective in this price. So with that, you know, a gap level, okay, with that support, because the market close above, you know, candle close is very important, probably you have heard all the time. Candle close is crucial to understand the market movement, and we saw that basically this price on the monthly has closed above this level, is that the monthly created a kind of false breakout here, and as a result, after testing the monthly support, we have seen that this market now again bouncing to the upside. So with that bounce, if I look at the weekly, we see that the price now at the same time facing a weekly resistance zone here, okay, where there is a series of lower high. Now this is the weekly high this week so far, 1844 level. And if I look at daily, we see that exactly the same level is where the daily 20 EMA. So with that daily 20 EMA, what I think that at some point highly likely we'll see a retest of this daily 20 EMA. Probably will create a lower high with this daily price action. Now if you know, in the beginning, as I mentioned, that this lower high on the daily is basically represents that whenever gold market coming here, the sellers are selling this market, and every time they are creating series of lower high. So series of lower high is the sign that basically sellers are very active in the market, and we could potentially see that this market will, you know, continue to drop. So with that said, now if I look at the 4-hour perspective, we see this candle is closing 34 minutes, and I think that, you know, this, how we'll look at how this one is closing. Okay, it might close as a doji like that red candle, and the next one we could see that, you know, going bullish, testing this level will be a very important area for to look for potential selling opportunity for a long time. So I will be actively watching price action in this zone, guys, for a potential selling opportunity. As soon as the market will go there, I will be, you know, selling gold from this level. As I mentioned, it's a very important level, and also I will be sending the same alert to our VIP group. Now if you want to trade this with me in our academy, there is a link in the description area. You can visit the website, join us to become to trade with us. So with that said, let me look at now other instrument with dollar. Dollar is, so we talked about Gbpusd. So you saw that euro dollar, as I mentioned, that I think that this one, as we saw, that DXY might have a short-term drop, so euro dollar might have a short-term uprise. Okay, so AUD USD also, you can see that there's a bounce from this support on AUD USD. Now if I look at the weekly, this is what I mentioned, guys, that on AUD USD, what I think that AUD USD is highly likely that the price will test this weekly resistance. So this all the plan, this is a trading plan, you can say, for today. And once we'll see that the market is there, we will be selling. Now AUD USD, what I think that this market, so we see that with the short-term weakness in DXY, what I think that AUD USD might have a bounce. Now if I look at the daily on AUD USD, we see that from this middleman, yesterday the price created a higher low. So today we might see another attempt from the buyers. And what I think that if I look at the 4-hour, we see that basically this market in the zone created, you can see that there was a, first of all, a structure here. Okay, channel, we saw break to the downside from this channel, and this is what I mentioned yesterday. You can see that in the live, and we saw that there is a leg has created, right? Now with that leg creation, what I think AUD USD now will go up like that, okay, to this resistance level, and from here we could see a drop to this level. All right, so this could be the zone and potential area for AUD USD. But for me, I will be really interested to sell only AUD USD, because if you look at weekly, you will see that basically this market is significantly bearish, and once the price will be here, it's a very important area of value, support turning resistance, 20 EMA on the weekly. From the daily also, this is a very area of, you know, important area of value where there is a doji. So with that said, what I think that, you know, commodity currency could be a bit bullish today. So all the commodity currencies like AUD, euro, early today we might see some bullish move, and then later maybe we could see that the price again rejecting. Thank you, no problems. In which time frame is best for the indicator which you use, sir? Salam. Okay, so the time frame that I recommend is 4-hour and daily, but as you can see that sometime I use on 15 minutes for further confirmation. So let me show you that the one that we open in this live session, and then I will explain in what situation you can use in 15 minutes. So basically this was the live trade that you remember that we opened during this live session. So now if I turn on 15 minutes, we saw that there's a buy alert here. Now this, you know, only I use on the lower time frame when I see other confluences aligning together. For example, here there was a break of local structure, breakdown from this support, so there's a confluence, and then we have seen that there is a liquidity gap multiple times. There was a inverted head and shoulder here, has broken out, the price tested the resistance as a support, and then we saw this buy alert. So with this we added the confirmation for the indicator to use on 15 minutes, but 4-hour and daily is more reliable than any other time frame. So let me look at now, please look at Gbpusd. Sorry, okay, we'll look at Gbpusd. Okay, we see that Gbpusd, as I mentioned, that we see that on the 15 minutes it's forming potential bullish price action. Now, like the euro dollar, what I think that Gbpusd also will have initially some bullish move. And what I think that, let me look at weekly, you can see that from the weekly, Gbpusd in a weekly level of support now. And from this support, okay, what I think that Gbpusd will have a bounce to the upside. Now from the monthly, we have seen a long bearish candle. From the weekly, we saw that the price in a support, and from this level it may not be much easy just to break like that. Initially we might see another attempt from the buyer to the upside on Gbpusd. So with that said, I think that the price will at least again reach the 20 EM on the daily, because there's a long wick doji on the daily. This zone has not been tested properly. Highly likely the price will revisit that area, and then we could see that the price coming down again. So from the 4-hour, you can see like AUD, USD, euro dollar. What I think that Gbpusd, let me draw the zone that I think that, see daily 20 EMA here. It's a very important area for Gbpusd. So what I think that Gbpusd now, you can see it failed to create lower low in this market. You can see when the price failed to create a lower low here, instead create a higher low, created this move. Now again the price failed to create a lower low, you could see another impulse, and then from this level we could see that this is coming down. So based on basically on the way how the price action is being created will determine which way the market will be heading. I will be waiting for short opportunity, because whenever the price will go up will give us an opportunity to short, because the market structure entirely is bearish. So any movement to the upside will give us an opportunity to sell Gbpusd. Okay, so we have seen Gbpusd, we have seen euro dollar. So all of them, what I think that initially we might see some bullish move, and then later we might see that the price is coming down for bearish. So I'm looking at all of them now to see, in fact, so there is a candle close coming up after a couple of minutes. We see AUD CAD. Let me look at CHFJPY. So you see that euro CAD, I think that this market will go up today, because from the daily we see that euro CAD just been bounced from daily 20 EMA, and this market, if you look at the weekly, we see that on a weekly support. So it's a very crucial weekly support, And what I think that this market, you see there is a bullish candle on the weekly. Even this week and next week we might see that this market is just pushing high. Okay, from the monthly we saw that already the monthly support is broken, and then so if I look at weekly, daily, okay, so basically euro CAD, you know, is on a daily support, which is a very important level of support. You can see there is a daily 20 EMA and there is a resistance here. Okay, we could see that euro CAD is just pushing high. So looking at, yeah, so all the commodity currency looks like that initially we might see some movement to the upside. Okay, so US30 also, yes, this one also forming a bullish price action. And finally for gold, you see that after 23 minutes this candle is closing. Looks like that gold, you can see it's forming a doji. Now in this bullish move, a doji is basically will give us another opportunity for, you know, going up. And any impulse to the upside in this daily 20 EMA, I'll be definitely selling gold. Okay, so gold is my first priority now, because the gold is approaching this daily 20 EMA, which is the 1844 level. Is a very important level. If the price reached there, I'll definitely open sell position on gold. And yeah, we'll be looking at gold. Good job. Please analyze potential movement on USD CAD. Yeah, absolutely, look at it. Rover Miko, I want to learn Forex because I only 6% of my country's population knows about trading crypto and Forex. Very good, very generous thinking, Rover. Yeah, that's a very good generous thinking. Yeah, I think that, you know, you have to be brave to you know, to take an approach like that. Thank you for that. Very good. Keep up. Okay, you know that keeping up is very important. Having a dream and you know, chasing it is really is a matter of courage, and I know that every one of you are very good at it. Okay, and I'm sure that every one of you are very capable of chasing your dream. Okay, you know, there are some steps that you can follow. Anyone, you know, want to achieve a goal in trading or in any aspect of your life, the only thing that you need to do is write down what you want. Okay, it's called the intention. You know, intention is the key. You know that we have basically two minds. Okay, now for example, if we do not set an intention for anything that we want, let's say you want to achieve a goal, become a trader, or anything you wanna have in life, you need to set an intention. So it's sometimes, you know, not understandable what is intention. The reason is, you might say, okay, why should I need to set intention? The reason is, if you don't set intention, then there are some intention already there. Keep in mind, this is the key points that you need to understand. Again, I am repeating, if you do not set intention, then there is already some intention is there. And you know, when we, you know, whatever we are living, you know, living in a family or living outside work, there's always constant information. And especially when we are very young, you know, we picked information and that remains inside our mind. So if we do not deliberately give an intention to our mind, then there are some default intention will drive you, and maybe sometime you will feel like that you are going in a direction that you don't want to go. Okay, that's happened. So probably you want to go to a certain direction that you don't want to go, but you are going and you don't know even how this is happening. Is because of the intention. So intention you can create by writing down your goal, and then you can move on like that. So hopefully that you understood it, guys. Due to the time limitation, I need to end this session, and I will be, you see that gold is slowly showing some bullish move. That's good for us. I think that it will go up. Gold is my first priority in my list. As soon as I will find opportunity, I will jump on a trade. And in the meantime, guys and girls, if you want to trade them with us and also learn our strategies, there is a link in the description. You can visit the website and join us. And also, if anyone is looking for a regulated broker, you can use EverTrade. They are our recommended broker. They are regulated everywhere and they have no commission. And also you can have a bonus if you use our link, and also you are helping us because they are supporting our academy. So I put a link in the live chat. You can join them. And with that said, thank you very much for being here. I'll see you again in this New York session. Definitely there will have some good news there as well. So with that said, I'm gonna end this. Thank you very much. Manage your risk. I'll see you very soon.